And hello, and welcome into more Steins. We haven't played this in a while because I got sick, and then I got better. Last time we got to meet a bunch of characters. Also, weird stuff's going on. Let me load the game. Which one's the last? Oh no. At least the 2018 save file is still here. Which one is it? Was it May? I guess it is May. I'm confused because like the date is, I'm never sure, but no, that's the month. Alright, so it's this one. Playtime 4 hours. Yeah. Yeah, because I did 2 parts. Okay. I have no idea what the voices were like, so bear with me. We got mail from Lukaku. I'm really okay with yesterday's exorcism. I feel like a more traditional ceremony would have been better. I'm worried something might happen to you because my exorcism wasn't strong enough. It bothers me so much. I can't sleep at night. P.S. Because of that, I couldn't do more than 3 practice swings with Samidad. Reply to something. Don't worry, thanks to your exorcism, my right arm has been quiet for a while. Still, there's no telling what could have set it off. If I'm forced to do battle again, let's just pray that the organization assassins don't find me. What would a additional ceremony entail? Any details? Don't tell me it's an ancient forbidden secret. It wasn't bad, just a little clumsy. You're a servant of the gods. You need to project dignity and confidence. Work on it. Let's gaslight them into thinking that they're actually doing good. Lukaku's great. I was at university all morning as I returned to Akiba. The heat is now becoming unbearable. Oh, it's the same over here. My apartment is so warm right now. I grab an iced coffee at the bakery inside Yodobashi to quench my thirst. While I'm at it, I guess I'll check a channel on my phone. I mostly frequent the occult boards, the future technology board, and sometimes the physics board. I search for threads on the mass disappearance phenomenon or Kuriso's stabbing, but turn up nothing. So were those hallucinations after all? When I peek at the occult board, I find posts and multiple threads from someone claiming to be John Titor. Wait, John Titor's back? John Titor appeared on an American BBS 10 years ago, claiming to be a time traveler. He claimed to have traveled from the year 2036 in order to obtain an old computer, the IBM 5100. His claim started quite a storm among the BBS denizens. Titor also made several accurate, if fragmentary, predictions of future events. The start of the Iraq War and the spread of the Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, for example. That's the thing that when you're donating blood in Germany, you have to confirm that you never had the Creutzfeldt-Jakob's Krankheit. By the way, to prove he was from the future, he explained the principle behind his time machine and provided pictures of its operation manual. But after about 4 months, he disappeared without ever revealing his identity. At one point, his predictions gained popularity even in Japan. Yes, he certainly did get some things right. But on the other hand, he missed several others too. Some of his posts contradicted each other too. That's why, to this day, most people doubt his authenticity as a time traveler. So after 10 years of silence, that same John Titor is now on a Japanese BBS? Ridiculous, it's obviously a troll. First of all, John Titor is American, yet now he's posting on that channel in Japanese. Let's take a look at his posts. I don't expect you to believe that I came from the year 2036. I see that everyone would like to know more about my time machine. Time travel technology was developed by CERN. They completed the first time machine in 2034. Anonymous, time traveler, lol. John Titor, lol. More details on the time machine. Do they sell time machines? How much do they cost? I've got about 100 million yen saved. Can you send me one? CERN has a monopoly on time machines. Not even the most powerful nations on Earth can acquire one, to say nothing of private citizens. CERN used their time machine for power. By 2036, the world has become a dystopia. There's no war, no conflict. However, that is a false peace founded on the complete eradication of liberty. What does LOL mean? What did you come to this time? Was the Akiba satellite crash you're doing? The exclamation marks with the ones. Wait guys, Titor-san doesn't understand our channel lingo. Let's keep it simple, okay? If you know what I mean. Got a trip code, asshole. I came here to change my present. In other words, your future. My mission is to destroy CERN's dystopia and restore freedom to the world. It's a wonderful time you're living in. Everyone is free. But you will lose it all in just 20 short years. It is vitally important that you understand what the future has in store. What is a trip code? I might get one if you tell me what it is. You said only CERN has time machines. You have a time machine. That must mean you're working for CERN. Therefore, your goal can't be to destroy CERN's dystopia. You're a fraud. Quod erat demonstrandum. What's a dystopia? How can CERN take over the world in just 20 years? Look at the Middle East. You've been reading too much manga if you think you can get these guys to stop killing each other. Oof. Who asked you to change the future? You're trying to play God? If they're promising world peace, then I, for one, welcome our new CERN overlords. My time machine is a prototype reverse engineer from stolen CERN technology. Compared to their time machine, its capabilities are quite limited. In 2036, the world is ruled by a single all-powerful governing body. They control every aspect of our lives, deciding what we will eat, where we will live, and whom we will marry. There's no privacy and no choice. Anybody who dares oppose them is eliminated. There are no trials. In movies and stuff, small changes to the past cause huge changes to the future. You've already changed the present by coming here. What happens if you make unexpected changes to the future? Implying CERN rules the world. Do you even know what CERN is? Lol. Original poster is a troll. So if we find his dad and kill him, then this time traveler, Lemao, will never be born, and we won't have to listen to this bullshit, am I right? I want to know if you can meet your past self. Can you have self-cessed? It's funny because they encapsulate the brain rot of, you know, 2chan, 4chan, Reddit really well. You're talking about the so-called grandfather's paradox. That has been debunked. This world line has a divergence of 0.571024% compared to the world line I came from. Killing my father would alter divergence, creating a world line where my father is dead. However, it would not erase this world line, or would go on existing. CERN is a particle physics research institution that hasn't changed in 2036. It is possible to meet your past self. The prevailing theory in my time is that nothing would happen. I, however, haven't met my past self. If you're really a time traveler, then fucking prove it. Post time machine pics or get the fuck off. The many worlds interpretation. Whoa, slow down, bro. Research institution taking over world. Lol, what? I do not feel the need to prove that I am what I say I am. I'm the only person who uses messages on a whim. My mission comes first. What are world lines? Can you meet yourself from another world line? What happens if you do? Late reply. A trip code is a way to identify posters, but put /password after your name. Lol, backpedaling. As in, like, put your actual password after your name? Oh. Well, world lines are like an infinite number of rivers flowing in parallel. Along the way, they're constantly branching out into new world lines. This is called divergence. For example, whether or not you post on this message board has practically no effect on this world line's divergence. But if you were murdered, let's say, then divergence would change. However, it would only change by about 0.000002%, if that. A single human being's death is not terribly significant on a global scale. Wars, disasters, acts of terrorism, and other events that cause widespread death and destruction have much greater effect than divergence. Thanks for telling me about trip codes. I'll make sure to use this from now on. I'm starting to get tired, so let's pick up again tomorrow. It's been fun talking to everybody. Looks like they already made an archive of these threads. Of course, there have been sites dedicated to John Titor for years now. This post closely resembles what the original Titor read 10 years ago. I've read one of the books on Titor, that's how I know. This new John Titor is clearly an imposter. There are many Titor fanatics on our channel. He's not exactly a household name in Japan, but I doubt anyone would fall for this level of trolling. As I continue to read, however, I find the response the opposite of what I expected. Everyone is accepting this time travel as if this were his first appearance. Nobody's ever mentioned his appearance 10 years ago. Finding this strange, I try posting a retort, but everyone ignores me. What the hell? You can figure this out if you do a little research, people. There's the original John Titor thread archive in English, and plenty of Titor blogs in Japanese. I entered John Titor's name into a search engine. 12 matches. Wait, only 12? Moreover, all 12 are about the current Titor's postings on our channel. I can't find a single trace of the Titor from 10 years ago. Bizarre. This just can't be. I searched for information on Titor a few years ago. Back then I got tens of thousands of hits. Is this search engine filtered? I tried searching on another site just to make sure, but it gives the same result. What is this madness? It feels like I stumbled onto another plane of reality. Could this be another organization conspiracy? So, we saw Kuroiso get stabbed. We sent a message. And now nobody remembers the message we sent. Or rather, the message was sent from the future, but hacked up into 3 messages. And Makusa Kuroiso wasn't stabbed. So that's different. People didn't disappear. Or rather, like, everything was fine. Everything was the way it was, you know, from the get-go. And now we realize that an event from 10 years ago didn't actually happen. These past 3 days, I've been surrounded by nothing but chaos and confusion. I'll call Darrow. He'll know about Titor for sure. After all, I've talked to him about Titor before. I only vaguely remember the details of their conversation, but I'm positive the conversation happened. By the time I dig my phone out of my bag, I no longer feel like making the call. Instead, I send him an email on the way back to the lab. He replies with his location. By May Queen. It means May Queen Nyan? 2? Square? A maid cafe. There is a regular there. Apparently 3D cat maids are his thing too. May Queen Nyan Squared is only a 3-minute walk from the lab. Coming from Kuramaibashi Dori, take a left at Tsumakoisaka crossing and you'll find it. That's where I'm headed now. I'm usually busy in Akiba during summer break, but now it's even busier because of the Radican incident. The area was blocked off yesterday, but it doesn't look like they could keep the main road closed for 2 days straight. I haven't seen a single police officer today. But the Radican building still seems off limits. The entrance shutters are closed shut and sealed with yellow police tape.
謎の人工衛星墜落から一夜明けた秋葉原です。警察による規制は解除され、駅前にはものすごい数の人が集まっています。
We're here now in Akihabara, the day after the unexplained satellite crash. The police barricade has been lifted and a tremendous number of people have gathered in front of the station.
墜落した人工衛星がどこの国のものなのかについては現在も調査中とのことで、詳しいことがわかるまで撤去ができない状態です。
The satellite's origin is still under investigation. We're told that it can't be removed until the authorities have more information.
警察の発表によりますと、爆発などの危険は今のところないということですが、 秋葉原を訪れた買い物客や地元商店街の関係者からは不安の声が上がっています。
According to the police, the satellite does not appear to be dangerous. However, tourists and local business owners have raised concerns. The media has dozens of cameras set up outside of the police line, and there are nearly twice as many onlookers as reporters, enough to fill the entire street with people. Everyone's aiming their phone cameras at the satellite-like object. So many people. Living in Akiba, you get used to crowds and big events, but a gathering of this size is unusual. I wonder when they'll get rid of that thing. I hope it doesn't explode or something. That's also something that is different, because this one's crashed inside of the thing. But the actual satellite we met or saw at first was like standing cleanly on top of a building. They've been letting people go back into the area, so I guess there's no danger. Still, considering its unknown origin, I'm surprised there isn't more security. Today, like always, otaku are shopping for doujinshi, import games, locked electronics, or whatever strikes their fancy. Aside from the scene at Radican, it's the same as any other day. But I still don't understand what I saw yesterday. I've half accepted that the mass disappearance was just my imagination. Maybe I've become unable to distinguish reality from fantasy, like the media likes to say about teenagers these days. With that thought in mind, I return my gaze to the street. And there in front of me stands a woman holding her phone in front of her face. She took a picture. Her phone was clearly pointed at me. I tried to cover my face, but not quickly enough. I turned around just to make sure she wasn't pointing it at someone behind me, but that doesn't seem to be the case. She's still staring at her phone. Without even glancing at me, she turns around and points her phone at some other pedestrians. Maybe she's just taking photos of everyone at the scene and not just me. But still, I need to have a word with her. Your organization is after me, so I can't risk the photo getting out.
Wait!
Wait! She doesn't turn around. Is she so engrossed in her photography that she doesn't even notice me? Or did she not catch my magnificent native-level English?
ちょっとそこで携帯カメラを使っているあなた待ってください
Hey, you with a phone camera! Wait, please, wait! She turns back, finally noticing me. And of course her phone turns with her.
よせ撮るんじゃないまさか機関の差し金か
Hey, no pictures! Are you with the organization? She completely ignores my objection. And then she goes back to looking at her phone.
質問に答えてもらいたいんですかねあなたは機関の人間か
Answer my question. Are you with the organization? If she is, then I may have to take suitable measures.
違うのか
You're not? Probably not organization spy.
違うとしても
Even so, I
問
can't
題があ
let
り
you
ますよ
keep that picture.
俺の
The
写真を持ってい
organization
る
will
と
stop
機
at
関に知
nothing
ら
to
れれば
find my whereabouts, and
あな
they'll
たにも
kill anyone who
奴
gets in
ら
their
の魔
way.
の手がとにかく今撮った俺の写真を即刻削除してほしい
I need you to delete that picture immediately. Lady ignoring me. Is she even listening?
謝る
Sorry. Wow, she finally speaks. Just a whisper, but it's something.
不快にさせたなら
Lady, you apologize out of nowhere. If I upset you. She lowers her head slightly in a bow. Or at least I think it's a bow. She's been looking down all this time, so I can't really tell.
謝るより先に写真を削除してほしいわけだが
Before you apologize, I need you to delete that photo.
風景撮ってた
I was shooting the scenery. Finger stands across her phone's keys with impressive speed, exactly the opposite of her annoyingly slow speech pattern.
風景を撮っていた観光客
The scenery? You're a tourist? Or is she one of the people who came to see the satellite? In that case, why did she take a picture of me? She shakes her head without looking at me.
証明自分が今日どこを歩いたか
Lady ignoring me and apparently sightseeing in Akihabara. It's proof of where I was today.
変なやつだな
You're strange, lady.
桐生萌か
Strange lady apparently sightseeing in Akihabara. Kiryu Moika. Huh?
名前
My name. I guess she's introducing herself. That's nice, but I just wanted to delete that photo.
聞きたいことがあるいい
I have a question for you. May I?
それより写真を
First, the photo.
都市伝説秋葉原の
There's an urban legend in Akihabara.
知らない
Have you heard of it? An urban legend? What is she talking about? Don't tell me there's a brilliant but insane mad scientist said to be lurking in Akihabara. And now, that brilliant but insane mad scientist is the target of every assassin in the underworld.
俺はこの町に長く居すぎたのかもしれんだがそろそろ潮時か
Voice acting is so good. Rintaro, please! I've remained in this town for far too long. I'll need to make plans. Akihabara, you were in such a bad town. I'm glad
幻の
that
レトロ PC
Phantom Retro PC.
レトロ PC
She She replies with a nod or something like a nod.
秋葉原のどこかにあるらしくて、それが
They say there is one in Akihabara.
そうか。
Oh. Nothing about a mad scientist. I'm relieved but also disappointed. At any rate, this is the first I've heard about a Phantom Retro PC.
幻のレトロ PC というと、キュッパチあたりか？
You mean like a 98? It's the first model that comes to mind. But are 98s really that hard to find?
いいえ、
Oh, I skipped something by accident.
これ
No. Cancel. Hold up. Which button is it? Hold up a second. I found it. I can right click twice. Bum. I skipped something by accident. Backlog. You mean like a 98? That's the first model that comes to mind, but 98 is really that hard to find. She shakes her head slightly or something like a shake. No, this. She turns her phone towards me. The screen shows an oddly shaped computer. It's hard to tell since the picture's monochrome, but it looks like some kind of PC. Looks kind of familiar.
IBN 5100
IBN 5100. IBN 5100.
ジョン・タイターが手に入れようとした PC か。
It's a computer John Titor tried to get. Thing is Twitch, I think.
見たことは
You've seen one?
ない。
No.
名前を知ってるぐらいだ。
Only heard the name. Coincidence? No.
これもシュタインズゲートの選択かもしれん。
This could be the choice of Steins Gate.
詳しい人知らない
Know anyone who might know?
ダルならば詳しく知っているかもな。
Daryl probably knows more about it.
そいつは俺のマイフェイバリットライトアームであるスーパーハッカーでな。MI6 の中枢にすらハッキングできる実力の持ち主なのだ。
He's my favorite right arm. A super hacker capable of breaking into even MI6's mainframe. The MI6 part is a slight exaggeration. If that ever did happen, Men in Black would break down our door and take us away. But the super hacker part is true. The depth of his computer knowledge is uncanny. Speaking of Daryl, I'm supposed to meet him at May Queen Nyan Square. I don't have time to stand and chat with some crazy lady I don't know.
では俺は行く。女よ。メディアスクラムもほどほどにな。
Well, I'm off. Lady, media scrum in moderation. I don't know what that means. During news stories... Wait. Media scrum. News stories with high public interest. Reporters sometimes latch onto persons of interest, bombarding them with questions, prying into their lives, and even camping outside their houses. These activities are a serious invasion of privacy and can inflict mental and emotional stress on the subject. MI6 is in the United Kingdom the government organization responsible for foreign intelligence. And 98, a Japanese PC series sold from the mid-1980s to the mid-1990s. It sold so well that at one point it was called the national computer. Doujinshi, fan-created amateur manga, which are often but not always adult in nature. These are sold at special doujinshi events, the biggest of which is the twice-annual Comic Giga market, known by fans as Komima. Maid cafe? A type of cafe where the waitresses wear maid uniforms, usually in the French maid style. They usually call their customers master. Patrons can talk to the waitresses and play games with them, but ultimately, maid cafes are restaurants, not bordellos. And this CERN, a French acronym for Société whatever, or European Society for Nuclear Research, the world's largest elementary particle physics laboratory, located on the Franco-Swiss border near Geneva, has a bank, a library, a post office, and a dorm on the premises. Scientists from around the world gather at CERN to research particle physics. Another name for bovine spongiform encephalopathy, BSE, commonly known as mad cow disease. Yeah, but only used in the case of human infection. Early symptoms include memory loss, abnormal movements, personality changes, dementia, and muscle stiffness. In severe cases, the patients may waste away for 1 to 2 years before dying of respiratory paralysis or other complications. Wait a minute. Memory loss. Clearly we're misremembering stuff, or we're thinking that we're remembering stuff, but we're actually not remembering stuff. Abnormal movements, our hand twitches, and we need an exorcism. Personality changes, sometimes we're normal, sometimes we're a weeb. Dementia, maybe that's part of it. Muscle stiffness, again, the movement thing. What if we have a Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease? Trolling on the internet to post controversial opinions or false information for the purpose of provoking a reaction. The opposite of a utopia, for example, a completely regulated society in which most people are denied privacy and freedom. And IBM, an American computer company, not only do they develop and sell hardware and software, they also offer service and consultation to enterprises. In recent years, they have made the latter their main focus. IBM invented floppy disks and hard disk drives. Okay, and that's basically all that we had over there. Well, I'm off, lady. Media scrum in moderation. I try to make a smooth exit, one-liner and everything, but she grabs my sleeve before I can disappear into the crowd. What are you doing?
メールアド教えて。
Your email, please.
何が狙いだ？
What are you after?
スーパーハッカーの
Super hacker. I guess she wants to hear Dara's story. It's my fault for mentioning him. Well, I'm meeting up with Dara, so why don't I just take her along? No, wait a second. This could be a devious trap. Maybe she's really a spy sent to kidnap Dara. I'm defenseless without him. My only other ally is Mayuri, whose skills amount to costume design.
断る。
I refuse.
今ダルを失うわけにはいかん。
I'll never give up Daru. Can't have my daughter. I slip past her and start walking faster. I glance back. She's following me. I pick up the pace, but she's still chasing me.
俺の後ろを歩くな。
Stop following me! Unperturbed, she shows me her phone again. On the screen is a picture of me that she took.
ゲーまだ削除していなかったのか。
You still haven't deleted it?
教えてくれたら削除する。
Tell me and I'll delete it.
この俺を脅すとは。貴様、何者だ？
You dare blackmail me? Who do you work for? I attempt to glare her into submission, but her eyes are already lowered. My glare's ineffective.
私は
She hesitates for a second.
アークリライトのバイト。
Work part-time at Arc Rewrite.
なんだそれは。
What's that?
ヘンプロ秋葉原にある。
An editorial company here in Akihabara. One of those companies that writes articles for magazines? Is this gloomy lady really fit for that kind of work? Wait. You plan to publish my picture with her permission, don't
俺
you?
の写真を無断で記事
The
にす
mad
るつもり
scientist
だ
of
な。
Akiba unveiled. I can see the headlines now. It's all the organization will need to turn Akiba into a sea of blood. No, I must avoid a gruesome outcome at all costs. I have no choice.
交換条件に乗ろう。
Very well. I accept your terms. At any rate, as long as she has that photo, I have no way of knowing how it might be used. I pull up my email addresses and show it to her. Looking back and forth from my phone to her as she enters my info with terrifying speed.
そうか。
Of
この
course.
女。
This woman is
能
an
力者か。
Esper. Someone with a special ability. I double power. Shining Finger! Her magical thumb types cursed emails at 255 characters per minute. Whoever receives one dies. Shining Finger is the attack that JoJo uses in one of the very first, like, when he has, like, the stance. Which one was it? Was it not Phantom Menace? JoJo parts. What? Phantom Blood, Battle Tendency, Stardust Crusaders. And he basically uses Shining Finger, which is basically his stand just extends his finger very far and stabs someone with his finger. And then Araki forgot that that's a thing. It just never shows up again. It just only shows up once as an attack. So that's kind of funny. She's done typing my address. It took all of 5 seconds. Name?
法院京馬マッドサイエンティストだ。
どう書くの？
How's it spelled?
フェニックスの法王に陰、そして凶悪なる真実。
First, Ho for Phoenix. Oh, so that's why the Pokemon is called Ho-Oh. Cool. Then in. And finally Kyoma, which means a horrible truth that must never be revealed.
フェニックスの法王に陰、そして凶悪なる真実だ。
Ho for Phoenix. Then in. Finally, Kyoma, which means a horrible truth that must never be revealed. I'll repeat my perfect explanation. This is the origin of my true name. Explaining the in part of Ho-In would take too long, so I left it out. She enters my name with her head tilted to the side.
こう
Like this?
なんだこれは、ふざけるな。俺のマナをバカにするつもりか。
Hoing Yoma. What the hell is this? Are you mocking me? She lowers her head a little more, an apologetic bow, I guess.
ならば携帯を貸せ。俺が入力してやる。
Just hand me your phone, I'll enter it. She shakes her head, clutching her phone with both hands as if to protect it from me. Like a spoiled child who can't let go of a toy, she shields it from me with all her might. What does she think I'm going to do? Her reaction is a little depressing. Anyway, she's obviously not going to hand her phone over, so I ask for her address instead. I'll send her a blank mail. She told me her name a few minutes ago, but I forgot it already, so I enter her as Shining Finger. What am I doing standing here in the middle of a street? Let's hurry up and send her a blank mail. I don't need to type anything. It's just to give her my name. Or we put her in my contacts. Just send a blank mail to Shining Finger. She frowns while looking at her own phone. And then she glances my way. I can feel those eyes clearly saying, hurry up. But I'm hesitant. I'm not sure if it's a good idea to give her my true name, but regardless of how long I hesitate, I don't think that she'll let me go until I send her the email. She sure is persistent. Looks like I have no choice but to send the email. We exchange a few words and then I get away from her as fast as I can.
お帰りなさいませ、ご主人様。
Right, I forgot about this. I'll leave it here. I'll see you next time. Thanks a lot for watching. And if you enjoyed this, cool. Bye-bye.